You're listening to the Live Fierce podcast, where real people share raw stories of strength built on honor, integrity, community, and commitment. These are the values that forged W.O.L.F gyms, and we are the voices behind that movement. This is the culture, this is the pack, this is the Live Fierce podcast.
All right, we're back. Let's talk about teams, man. Let's talk about how you thought about building the team here at the corporate level, because we have a really interesting group.
Yeah.
And let's talk through the first stages, your vision, and how you thought about bringing together the leadership team that we have here.
The vision was always for Trisha and I to take this to infinity and beyond. And when it happens, yeah, I mean, it still is, right? But what happens is you learn that you don't know everything, that there are better ideas with quicker timelines to get shit done on a cheaper rate, and you bring those people into your fucking strata. So for you, for instance, right, you're the CEO of Gym Launch. You're already helping us. You were the CEO. Well, I meant when we met.
Oh, yeah.
You're the CEO of Gym Launch. We go into a relationship on the premise of how can I help your gyms grow? Mm-hmm. And then just through conversation and through getting to know each other, we're like, I say, I want you to be a part of what we're doing.
Which shocks me, I want to be super clear. I could not believe that you said that.
No, I know, but it was, and I remember you saying it, you're like, dude, we already have an agreement. We don't have to do this. I'm like, no, I want to do this because the way that I work with people is I don't ever have to worry about them. Mm-hmm. So like, if you're on my team, you're on the team because one, we've come to an agreement where we're all taken care of, and then we're all going to take care of each other. And so that's why it's like, I'm a handshake person. If I can't shake your hand and know that I can't work with you, no matter what the operating agreement says, I can't work with you.
Yeah.
No matter if it's 99% my side and just 1% your side, if I can't shake your hand, there's just nothing there, right? So going back to the core question is why did we build this team this way? Is I'll start with the first hire was Jason Tarantino. Mm-hmm. You know, he was the first person that we ever hired in Brigantine as a part-timer, just my wife and I. And through the course of him growing and Wolf growing older, you know, we see him go through college, get his MBA, working for a financial institution, hates his job, comes to us and says, hey, listen, pay me minimum wage for a year and I'll tell you why I'm worth $100,000 a year. And so it was opportune timing for him. My wife Trisha was pregnant with Bo. We had just opened Ibseekin. She was working open to almost midday close because I was still running Brigantine and then swinging hammers in Northfield. And still doing my training book. So I was all over the place. She was literally running that space. He shows up. We're like, yes, thank God. Like it was just opportune timing. We'll absolutely do that. And so we knew that we could trust him. So our first thing.
How did you know you could trust him?
He worked for us. He worked for us part-time.
How long was he working for you before he came?
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah, 4 years.
And what were the characteristics that you saw in him that you saw a leader, a potential leader, and the trust that you would give him? And ultimately, obviously, you saw loyalty. But like, what are the things that you saw through those 4 years that were like, yes, we want you to do this?
Well, at first point, when the first reason I hired him, I literally yelled across the gym, hey, you, do you want to work? Because we were new to the island, we didn't know anybody, and we saw him at dinner the night before.
Thing right there, man. Yeah. I love it. I can totally see you doing that.
I was like, hey, you, I don't know your name yet, but you want a job? And he's like, yeah, okay. But we saw him at dinner the night before at the Cellar. He was bartending or something while he was putting himself through school. I'm like, I recognize that person.
Oh, can I stop you right there? Bartenders make incredible employees. Great bartenders make incredible employees.
Multitaskers.
They can talk to people. They can work with a lot of different people, and they are incredibly hardworking if you get the right one.
And they have memories like a steel trap. Like they know your drink, they know the way you like it, they know what your kids did last week because they're there for. It's like therapy with a bar.
Yep.
We do it with barbells. But no, so he was recognizable and he looked honest and he was young. We could pay him, and then through him growing, like he interned with me. He took college credit interning with us, and he learned. Okay, this isn't just like a shitty little gym business. Optically, we're okay with people thinking that at the time because, optics. Mm-hmm. And because why does it matter?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how much money you make or don't make as long as the product's there and they're having a good time. And he's like, oh, wow, you have like a cool business here. And so then he thinks about it for 3 or 4 more years working for us and was like, I want to be a GM for you and I want to grow into a role of some kind of merit now that you're franchising. And in his tenure, to answer your question, I've seen him question me multiple times. I think it's imperative to be questioned. I'm not the smartest person in the room. I try to surround myself with those people so I can learn from them. But I also, he's smart enough to know, okay, Tony's reactive, and my emotions are very visible whenever I'm leaning into him. So he picks the right time to tell me that I'm wrong. He picks the right room to tell me that I'm wrong in, but he doesn't just say that I'm wrong in criticism. He says it constructively. He's like, in my opinion, and then he backs it up with what he thinks will work and why, and it's intelligent and it's thought. So it's like, okay, he puts care into his response, the same that he puts care into all the tasks that he has for a daily job. So that's why building that first role, and now he's our right-hand man in everything that we do franchise-wise on our franchisee level and through coordination of growth and scale. That's his full-time job now, because he was there when it was location 1, painting location 2, swinging hammers with me in location 3, moving equipment for every fucking location that we've done, except for St. Augustine, or not St. Augustine, Boca. That was you and me. But yeah, so he's been through every iteration of W.O.L.F, from legacy location transformations to ground phase build to equipment selection, everything.
He was just here the other day.
He was just here the other day.
Filming a video for Sewell.
Yeah, an announcement video for the space. Yeah. He runs our supplement division. He spearheaded getting our graphic designers on board for our clothing. He's the guy where I'm like, hey, listen, I've thought this out. This is what I want. I articulate the thought, or like the visual, and I don't put anything on paper. And he's just like, okay, taking notes. And then he either gets with our visual bros, or he goes to our vendors or our graphic designers, said, this is what Tony's looking for. I need options. And then it's just, they magically appear.
Yep.
It's like the commercial where like the magic coffee table, the husband leaves all the shit on the table and he comes home and it's gone.
Yeah, he's like, come here, you got to see this.
And it's the disgruntled wife who's like, you dumb son of a bitch. It's not a magic coffee table. That's me. No. So it was important for that role for me to know that I had, I don't want to say solace, but I had kind of safety in it because I was comfortable with him and he knows who I am. Like he's like family to us. And I mean it like, we trust him with our children, him and his wife. Like we can leave them our kids and go off and not have to worry. I mean, my wife will always worry, but I don't have to worry about it. And so that for me was invaluable. Then the next person to really come on board was Bautista from that point, as far as coming on board to help engage in the franchise side of growth. And he came on board by saying, hey, I really want to do something in Florida. And I ended up going down there for dinner with him. We were down there visiting our in-laws. And so they're right outside Tampa, and that's where he lives. So we went to dinner. And he's like, hey, listen, I love what you're doing. You're my brother, and I want to help, or I'm just going to be a franchisee. Tell me what I can do.
Can we go back? Are you open to talking about how you met him and how that relationship happened?
Oh, with Dave? Yeah, of course.
And just so we're clear for everyone, Dave Bautista. So that's who we're talking about. He's one of the owners here with W.O.L.F.
Yeah, he's one of our partners in the space. He was filming Army of the Dead in Atlantic City. It was 2018 or 19. And I get a phone call from our employee. It was in September because I was going to my father-in-law's birthday dinner. So I remember the night. I get a phone call from an employee saying, hey, you got to come to the gym. Somebody famous is here, and I don't know who it is. I'm like, all right, well, did they sign a waiver? What's their name? He's like, yeah, they signed it. That says Dave Bautista. I'm like, Dave Bautista? Hold on, let me look at my cameras. I'm like, motherfucker, that's Dave Bautista. And like, where's the 6 Mile Island? So we were right there. Yeah. Like, we were right there. And he's just doing his thing in our studio, beating the shit out of a heavy bag by himself, hoodie up. Nobody would know. And I had dinner to get to, so I had to be that guy who'd be like, hey, brother, I just want to give you a shirt. I want to say thank you for being here. My name's Tony. Otherwise, I'm going to leave you alone. He's like, oh, you want to put this on for a photo? I'm like, no. I just want to give you a shirt. I'm not looking for placement or any shit like that. I just think you're fucking awesome. Yeah. And so we ended up taking a photo later on just for us, like as to kind of just chronicle our friendship or whatever. But that's how it started. You know, from there, he was like, hey, I don't know anybody here. Where's good food? So we took him out to dinner. We just became friends. You know, he's like, hey, I'm getting tattooed at my rental. I'm bringing my buddy up, and let's just have some fucking fun. So we started just hanging out and getting to know each other, and we have very similar stories.
Yeah,
just different. I don't have any interest in being in front of a camera, and
and yet here we are.
Right. Yeah, and he's a prolific method actor, and here we are on a podcast, and I'll take that. I'm cool with that. That's a good trade.
I can't wait till we get him on the pod.
Oh, I know.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, he's fucking swinging swords right now in London.
Dude, he's crushing it.
Yeah.
It is so cool to see. It's not surprising. I can't wait to see Highlander. I mean, he works his absolute ass off.
He's good people.
Yeah.
So then when he came on board, I was like, okay, so what do we need? Obviously we couldn't afford a celebrity endorsement. You can't afford it, right? Especially on the level that we were at. And so I'm like, well, do you want to partner with us and help me take this thing like internationally and hopefully everywhere that we can go with it? And he said, fuck yeah, let's do it. That's literally Dave. He's like, fuck yeah, brother, let's do it. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then thunderous handshake, and it was just we figured it out. That was that part. And then I was introduced to you at GymCon, which was one of your events in Orlando in 2024, which circled around to you and I meeting in Tampa. You said it last night too. You were grilling me on is W.O.L.F real? You guys didn't really work with franchises. You wanted to make sure we weren't bullshit. And then you were sharing a story that you and your wife Maggie were looking at opening exactly the same thing that we were doing with W.O.L.F, but in St. Augustine. Yep. And so the conversation went from, hey, listen, I really want to work with you on a vendor side because I love the opportunity. And I'm not a marketing person. We know that clearly.
You sell yourself short.
No, I'm not a marketing person, right? It's not the data set that I look at. I understand the need for it. But my core, it's just I've never done it. So I think like yesterday I was saying there was the fear of spending the money, not knowing where it would go or if it would come back. I will always just be like, fine, I'll just fucking build it. I'll boost the posts that I want to boost. I'll make sure we make enough noise locally, and hopefully that turns into something larger. You can't do that with a franchise because you're gambling with people's livelihood. So we needed a system. We needed something that was like, this is why you do this with us, or else what the fuck are you doing? And so where do you go? You go to the person who runs that company and helps other people do that and be like, hey, I'm building this group, like the Justice League for gyms. And I went DC because of Dave. But like, that's what we're doing, right? I know Dave's Marvel, just for everybody. I'm not stupid, but like he loves DC too. But that solved two massive things on our SWOT chart of weaknesses that there's strengths and weaknesses, right? Okay, great. So now what's our next thing? Legal. And so through this whole serendipitous process of creating an operating agreement and forming this Justice League for gyms, we were able to really meet an exceptional lawyer, general counsel for ours in Luba, and she was just brought on board to pencil the operating agreement. She wasn't. We weren't tapping her for anything other than, hey, let's just get this proper. Let's get it quick and clean, and let's move forward in life so that we can start kicking ass.
She has decades of franchise,
just international law, franchise, everything. She's published. She's hyper intelligent. She really, more importantly though, she cares. She cares about this like a mom cares about a baby.
She's team mom.
Yeah, she really is. But through the diligence process of the back and forth and of us getting to know each other through the operating agreement, because we never met. Like, this was somebody who I was referred a lawyer. I'm like, yeah, cool, let's get this done. It turned into a really unique experience because most lawyers are very transactional. And at first that's what she was doing, right? She didn't know me either, but as we got to know each other, she was asking questions that were like, okay, she cares about this space. She wants to make sure this works for everybody. She's not just here for the paycheck and doesn't care about this operating agreement. She wants to make sure everybody's ironclad and resolute, and there can be no fuck around a year from now, 2 years from now, from whatever. And I'm like, you know what? We don't have that, and I can't afford it. We're building this Justice Gyms League, whatever the hell we're going to call it. I'm just going to keep saying it today. And I want you to be a part of it. And so equity to me means nothing if it's not worth anything at the end anyways. And so my whole thing was, let's bring people in who have the same, first of all, they share the same values and morals. If it's honor, integrity, community, commitment, if we're asking our members to fuck with that, our leadership has to all have that. And if they don't, well, then they can't be leadership. And so I would have to say that we're pretty resolute, all four of us, in that we all have that, and we all hold ourselves accountable. And then we've got the fifth person that nobody ever really talks about, but he's very seldomly in video. But Leo, he's my financial advisor. He's my best friend, one of my best friends. He's a franchisee. He's my partner in locations. He's there. He cares about W.O.L.F like he cares about his kids too. And he's been in business his entire life. If you ask him today what he does for a living, he will say, oh, I own gyms. But what he really does is he manages hundreds of millions of dollars in retirement funds. Like, he's
super smart. He's so smart.
And he's been doing it forever. But gyms are what excites him. He's a gym rat at his core. He's turned his family into them, and golf. And so I surrounded myself with a team of people that I know I can trust, that I know share the same values that my wife and I share, and could help me fill the voids of my weaknesses. That's the whole point. You surround yourself with people who don't do what you do, or else you're all doing the same fucking thing, and you're still lacking in the departments that you're weak in. It's part of me for sniffling. So I kind of stacked the deck to our favor. And to our favor, I mean for the franchisee partners, for the companies, for every sub company that we open in this company, we stack the deck to make sure the people at the top of it are the right people, so that we're not fucking the people at the bottom of it, which are our consumers.
Yep.
It's not even our franchisees that are at the bottom. They don't exist without our consumer. So we have to make sure that the consumer is taken care of in every level, whether it's the aesthetic to our space, the locker room upgrades, the new hats that we're launching that are super high quality, Alter Ego, what's up? Yep. All of that stuff. We have to care about the product.
Yeah.
And so now I know I have a team that does that without me having to ask for it, or without me having to build the team that we have and not have it in ownership would be so financially, we'd be broke in 12 hours.
Yeah, you couldn't afford me.
I can't afford, right.
Like straight up. Like
no.
You know what I mean?
I couldn't afford Luba.
Nope.
I couldn't afford, I mean,
no
you can't afford Dave.
You can't, no one can afford, like that's not possible without equity.
Right, which is the benefit of the franchisee now, because we've built this group so that we can all win.
Yeah. And
we don't win until the franchisee partner in the space wins.
Yeah.
We win with them, not because of them. So that was the reason why we built that team.
Yeah.
You surround yourself with people who complement your strengths but solve your weaknesses, share the same morals and values. Oh, Bill Jones, Waterford, calling. What's up, Bill? Call you later. They just opened yesterday, guys, in Waterford, Detroit. And I think if you can get that, which is, I think, a unicorn. I think we're super lucky to have what we have, because normally it doesn't exist. If we just get those first two things, they fuck with your morals, you can trust them, and they have the same shared vision, we win. We have that.
Yeah.
And so that's how we built our team.
Yeah.
You know, that's how that's the way I would think about it if we zoomed out.
And I'm not a brown noser, so I'm just going to give you a little bit right now on this. So indulge me, because you don't like people talking about you like this, but there's very few things that would have taken me away from the role that I had, because I gave my heart and soul to that for 7.5 years.
No, I know.
And when people ask me about you, I simply say there are 3 people in the world outside of my family that I take a bullet for, and you're one of them.
I know. I appreciate that.
But the fact that happens within a year, right? That speaks to who you are and the team that's been built. The cool thing, again, it goes back to the fact that the team that's been built, you don't ever have to doubt anyone's integrity on this team. And what's really cool too is that every single person, has got each other's back.
Yep.
But more importantly, like you said, it has our Wolf Pack's back.
First and foremost,
the members, that's the number one thing we care about. That is it.
We love everybody that works with us, and while some people are salaried and some people are owners, we also have to care about the franchisee, because we don't get to own anything without the franchisee partners, and we don't get to pay payroll without the franchisee partners.
Do you remember me telling you in Tampa when we were talking about this and finalizing this? Do you remember me saying that if we changed, I would walk away?
Oh yeah, no, we can't.
Because and that's what I loved about it, is you're like, but I remember I think your response was, and if we do, I'd do the same, because I would expect you to. Because
I have no interest in changing.
I know.
If people don't fuck with it, don't fuck with it. I'm cool with people going to other gyms. I don't know what's out there. I don't go to them. I literally make it a point not to go to them unless I'm on vacation, and it's normally a hotel gym. Just out of respect. I don't want to go there and disrespect someone's shit, even internally. It's going to fuck my workout up just judging a space. Fuck that.
It's like me going to different churches. I just end up judging them.
Right. Which is like, hey, I'm here to work out. I'm here to pray. It's like the opposite of what we're here for.
It's not what I'm supposed to do.
We're here for worship. And we're sitting here my church is better. My gym is better.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, it's the care of the product.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. And so the Z partners can't win without it. We can't win without them. And the community can only be built with with them inside of it, like with the product. So we just make sure that's the end goal.
And it's cool. You've been a part of some really cool teams. What's interesting for you is a lot of the stuff you built on your own, but then you've built this. And I've had the pleasure of being around some really high performing teams, like from a business perspective.
Yeah.
And when I look at the team that we have in place, right, and how quickly that came about, and the character and the skill set that's been put together, it's really exciting because that doesn't happen a lot.
No, it's. I mean, I still think about it all. Not every day, but for the first year or so of us being in this group, there was moments where I think every day on the drive home over the bridge, I'm like, holy shit! Like, I know that we're not there yet, but we have the ability to be light years ahead of where we're at now that we have a team that's sound and that's there. And again, we said this yesterday, and we're going to keep saying it. There's going to be some massive announcements coming up. Hopefully, this is the October of 25. We're midway through, so by the end of this month, we'll have some tidal wave size announcements to make, which will really be fun.
Yeah.
And multiple frickin' genres of fitness, which
Massive.
Is really cool.
Yeah. And it's cool, and it speaks to the vision. But what's cool is like you push your ego aside, and you were self-aware enough to understand that I have skill sets in certain areas, and I'm really good at certain areas.
Sure.
And I need to surround myself with people that, have similar but also differing skills. And you were okay with that because there's a lot of people that don't do that. They want to hold tight and they want to have full control over that. And again, kudos to you because like building that team and allowing us to have the freedom to go do what we're really good at, that's what creates the success and the fast scale while maintaining the brand standards and our vision. Like your vision of what you created here at W.O.L.F is now our vision, right? And what we're now out there championing.
Which is why it doesn't need to be micromanaged.
Yeah. And it's like you allow the team to go do that because you built the right team. And when you do that, that's when the freedom happens. That's when scale happens. That's when things happen the right way. And this is a lesson for anyone in business. When you bring on the right people, you know right away. Winners win. And when you are able to get the right people in there, it's not this, man, I wish this person would do this. Oh man, I wish this person would listen. Or man, why do I have to keep reminding this person? When you bring the right person in and you train them the right way and they're aligned with the core values that you have and they're aligned with the mission and the vision of where you're trying to go and they have the skill set that you need, you can sit back and you can be like, hey, go. And now they're going to shock you because now you can get out of their way.
Right. And they're self-starters. So like they're motivated to earn on their own.
Teslas, man. GPS installed, self-driving, ready to go.
Yeah, fundamentally, I mean, every space, whether it's one gym or a corporation, it's all about the team.
Always comes down to the people.
Especially if you're not there 24 hours. Yeah. We said it time and time again. Your employees are the vanguards to your space. If you don't know what vanguard is, Google it. Mm-hmm. But they are you in your stead. And if you if you don't have that person, fire who you've got and go find the other person. Yep. Firing sucks, but it's super easy once it's done. It's over with. It's a one-time thing. It's not for conversation or debate. The job is over. Appreciate you. Here's your last paycheck. Just do it for the right reasons. Don't do it to be a dick, and then stack the deck with a better team.
That's it.
Or train the people that you have better. Yeah. Pay for higher education. Find somebody to come in here and teach. Those things are affordable, and deals are really cool because you can structure them any single way. I'm sure that you can find somebody who's well adversed in sales and marketing to come in and say, "Hey, listen, I'm going to run this 9-week program for you, and I'm going to take 10% of 20% of whatever the fuck you make on it. But all I'm going to ask you for is the market spend." Yeah, cool. Go do that. See if it works. Yep. Because if it works, do it again. And if it works the third time, mortgage your fucking home, and put it all on there because you've just done a data set analysis for yourself that's proven that you spend 10 and you get 15 and 15 and you get 20. Well, guess what? 100 is going to give you 150. Yep. Go fucking do it. Yep. And that's the way to do it. Yeah. Yeah. I love it, man. I love it. The team here is incredible. I'm excited for the announcements that are coming. Incredible. You've done a great job building it, man. It's so much fun. We're all going to have so much fun. We've already had a lot of fun. It's just going to keep. It's going to be a lot of work. Effort. I take zero credit for what we do because I don't. It's everybody. It is. It really is. But again, it's cool. The vision is now becoming a reality. Yeah. And that's the key. Yeah. And that comes down to execution. It's been a dream for two decades to get to this spot, and we're just getting started, which is crazy. Just to get to this spot was like a dream. 2-decade overnight success, bro. Yeah, that's how it works, right? Nothing crazy. That's it. I got a couple more decades in me. Yeah, I love it. We'll dive deeper in future podcasts about leadership and hiring and all that stuff. But I think it's good for everyone to understand at least the leadership team that you put together as we move forward. Structure was for purpose. Purpose was for the end site. The site was a corporation that isn't a corporation. Yeah. It's a family. Yep. Yeah. I love it.